I mean, at this point, everybody giving Kamala reality checks. Not just swing state voters. I mean, everybody. Blacks, Gen Z. Everybody's calling this lady out. Every time I scroll down my For You pages, my TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, my social media. Now everybody's just calling this lady stupid. I mean, hey, what did you expect? Oh man, what a shine! Let's get some of the shine for the Patriots. Hey, you don't know this. You don't know what this that shine. I'm telling you, I need a sip of this shine because this shine make me feel good, make my toes curl. Amen. Hallelujah. Freedom. Don't let them forget. They trying to bury this. They don't want you to see that picture right there. We know what that is right there. Fight, baby. We got to fight, man. We are in a fight, y'all. And we encourage everybody to get off your and go vote. I don't care about no betting market. I don't care about these polls. I know we got it as a content creator, as somebody keeping you informed. We got to show you this and that. But I don't believe in it. I don't care for it. I don't care what they saying. Go out and vote. You know, right now, trending right now as well as voter registrations, schemes, frauds, all kind of stuff is trending right now. The Washington Post, she's losing endorsements. You know, CNN, CBS, ABC. You know, now they're calling her out. They're all flipping it back on her. She's just giving word salad. She's not answering questions. So now their only hope now is just call Trump Hitler. What about January 6th? And maybe send out another one of those, try to get somebody else on that P. Diddy list to come out and speak. We know how this is playing out, man. You know, we know how this is playing out. Y'all know y'all see these videos of even MSNBC and all the CNN, putting people live on air saying, she's just not fit. She is just not fit to be president. The Democrats could have did a better job. And then it makes me think, remember back, top Democrats, they making videos. AOC even had a viral video saying, yeah, we do not want Kamala on the ticket. They will not approve that. Top Democrats saying she cannot be on the ticket if Joseph drops out the race. And lo and behold, he went on the debate stage and blew the motor and the transmission. Oil, coolant, piston, rods, all out in the middle of the freeway. Yeah, he blew it. Dead in the middle of the freeway. And now they just sent this lady in there, you know, scraped him up off and took him to the junkyard. And now come to find out, this lady got her check engine light is on, her tire light is on, windshield crack, her tail lights are out. You know, her shocks have gone bad. She need new brake pads. And then come to find out she ain't did her oil change in 6 months. So she's still riding and the oil need to be changed. What did you expect? That's all I can say. You know, if this thing is done as a fair, free election, I believe Trump will make history. I'm just being honest with y'all, man. After everything we've seen, man, we tried to be fair and just hope, man, maybe Kamala come out there and answer my question. Maybe she'll give me, you know, her policy, and man, maybe, just maybe. But then you go look at the newest interview. You look, it's the same as the last. It's the same word salads, dreams and aspirations. We all cut our front lawn on Thursdays. I grew up in the middle class. I was a prosecutor. Nobody's done what I've done. And matter of fact, well, Trump, you know, he's the bad guy. He's a felon. He's he also did this and that. Actually, we should just blame him for everything. So now she thinks blaming Trump and, you know, calling him Hitler is going to get her elected. Yeah, it ain't sticking, man. It is not sticking. Well, let's go get into this, y'all.
hypocrisy of the left. Okay, so, like I've been saying, there's a whole lot of blah, blah, blah. A whole lot of headlines and even headline polling results. Kamala Harris is up +4 in the morning consult poll. Wow. She's gonna destroy Donald Trump. There's all kinds of talk about how well Kamala's doing and how women and minority voters will never let Donald Trump walk into the White House again. But obviously, as you guys know, I've been struggling with these narratives, mostly because of what I'm seeing. It seems as though what the leftoids are saying on X and what we're actually seeing in the real world with our eyes, well, they're not exactly matching up very well. That's the topic of the video. The polls are saying one thing, and the voters on the ground are saying something completely different. I got a bunch of clips to show you guys, a continuation of what we've been doing, really. MSNBC is still on the hunt to find that one elusive Kamala voter in a swing state. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so like I said in the intro, we've been playing a lot of these clips, but mostly my videos recently have been focused on one individual clip. Well, today's a little bit different, because today my X timeline got totally inundated with swing state interviews, and most of them minority voters in swing states. Pretty much the exact voters that Kamala Harris is supposed to be winning with decisively. I'll put all these clips together and you'll see exactly what's going on.
She's a woman of color. I'm not putting her down because of that, and I'm not putting her down because she's a woman. I'm not a feminist, so I'm sorry. But at the end of the day, I don't think that she has the personality. I don't think that she has what it takes to go up against Putin and go up against these other presidents that are built for this. I don't want to be scared because my president is scared. I want my president to feel secure and manly and about it.
I was deeply offended. And
Yeah. This is what y'all are going to hear, man. This is what y'all are going to hear. Actually, everybody's been saying this. And then on the other side, there's just people that just hate Trump. Trump hurt their feelings. But in the critical time right now, we actually, in this time right now, as I'm recording this video, we need somebody in there that they fear, that puts his foot down, that calls it for what it is. We need somebody that's real. Can't just push him around. No. She come in there getting pushed around, laughing, smiling, thinking it's funny. Come on, y'all gonna send me. They finna start sending out letters. Come on, it's time to pack your bags. It's that time, yeah. They coming. Cause she up there laughing, giggling, and playing like it's funny.
Is the personality. I don't think that she has what it takes to go up against Putin and go up against these other presidents that are built for this. I don't want to be scared because my president is scared. I want my president to feel secure and manly and about it.
I was deeply offended, and it felt like a moment where it's like, you N-words better get in line and do what we say. And it felt like him as the czar of the Democratic Party coming down to say, go get these N-words in line. And the general tone of it was disgusting. It was abhorrent. I don't respect it. I didn't like nothing about it. And Kamala, 2 days after that, is like, we love our black men. We have programs and things that we're rolling out for them, and she rolled out policy.
Good cop, bad cop. Because
I'm tired of the good cop, bad cop. I'm tired of it.
She just don't have the qualification or the education to really run America because she don't have the experience. She don't understand our struggles.
Well, for me, the very first time I ever heard the name Kamala Harris, it was in association to locking up parents for a truancy. That was
we showed y'all that video. And that video has been going viral, and not even just on my channel, but everybody else's channel, man. People have been reposting those videos, man. And then again, we know a lot of stuff that they then wiped. They wiped, huh? Some of the stuff now you can't pull up. That this is missing. You can't find this. You can't find that. But shout out to Candace Owens, man. We gotta also, after this video, we gotta go catch up on the Candace Owens series. But this is what the people are saying on the ground, y'all. It's not about if she's black, if she's a woman. Identity politics. Is she qualified? Let's look at her past. Let's look at her record. She doesn't even have the track record. This is what people are saying. And this is live on air. I love it. You know? And then we be surprised because, lately on CNN, MSNBC, they handpick people. It's like her town hall that she completely bombed. A handpicked audience. Now she's trending. I'm telling you, this lady has been trending for the wrong reasons, man. Just like Joe Biden was. And look how that played out. She should be landslided out. She doesn't deserve a promotion. DEI. Didn't earn it. Not qualified. And when she speaks, I think she's drunk. So it's drunk entire inventory. There's many ways you could put DEI nowadays. I know y'all be laughing, but I'm so serious, man. Didn't earn it. Did not earn it. Nancy Pelosi said she won the primary. Hands behind your back, ma'am. Hands behind your back. And there's a lot of them that need to put their hands behind their back, man. A whole bunch of a list full of them.
The first time I ever heard of her name, and I really didn't understand how.
She don't understand our struggles.
Well, for me, the very first time I ever heard the name Kamala Harris, it was in association to locking up parents for truancy. That was the first time I ever heard of her name. And I really didn't understand how this person claims to be a black woman, but yet she's locking up black women and black men and separating families.
Govier believes more than half of UAW members at his Ford plant will vote Trump. He says Harris laughs too much, and he can't take her seriously.
So what is it? You're the incumbent who wouldn't do anything different? Or are you the underdog that wants change?
And he says critics take Trump too literally.
He does it for effect. I don't believe that Trump really believes someone's eating cats and dogs. I don't believe that he's going to call the National Guard out and at gunpoint round up every migrant and force them across the border. I don't believe that for a second.
These days, many of those families are struggling.
Inflation is killing everybody. Like literally, this blade on my clipper has tripled in price.
Inflation, everything is bananas. It's crazy. I think we need Donald Trump.
I don't think skin is enough. Skin color is enough. I would love to see her more in the black community, more in small business communities to actually see what's really going on.
Yes, I hear that a lot. These are lifelong Democrats. They're not in love with Trump, but they see Trump as a viable alternative to what they are experiencing with their pocketbook and their wallet.
He points to crime as another big factor. Despite figures showing violent crime in Philly is actually at the lowest level in a decade, parishioners say they're scared to walk the streets.
They see Trump as a person who would have more of a law and order.
He says Harris being black and a former district attorney won't be enough to win them back.
I would imagine most of my members attach her to Biden. Those two are inseparable. So their distaste for Biden would carry over for their distaste for Kamala.
She did too much out LA for me. She did too much damage to the black community out there.
Yeah, well, you see exactly what I was saying in the intro, right? They keep telling us it's going to be so close. Kamala Harris is winning with so many key demographics. But then you actually get on the ground and interview people who you'd perceive as being part of said demographics. And sure, it's anecdotal evidence, but it seems almost as if we're seeing the same trend over and over. These people don't like Kamala Harris. They don't want anything to do with her. They don't perceive her as genuine. They don't think that she's offering any concrete or logical solutions to any of their problems. And it seems as though a lot of them are either not going to vote third party, or vote for Donald Trump. It's just looking so bad. I mean, Kamala Harris needs to win in Michigan, for instance. And like I showed you guys the other day, MSNBC sat with a focus group of Arab voters, and not a single person was voting for Kamala Harris. In fact, they all said they wouldn't even consider it. They would never vote for her. What it really seems like is Kamala Harris has her, vote blue no matter who people that are certainly going to show up for her, and not really anybody else. And actually, since I mentioned the whole Arab voter thing, we got a poll that came from Arab News partnering up with YouGov, where 500 Arab American voters were questioned who they'd vote for, and well, the results are shocking to say the least. Look at this. Trump's leading at 45 to 43, with Jill Stein picking up 4% of the vote. Basically what we've been seeing, right? A significant amount of people voting for third party, and a whole lot of others moving to the Trump camp. You know, no wonder we're seeing headlines like this, suggesting that senior Harris campaign officials are worried that Michigan or Wisconsin will fall, and North Carolina is, quote, slipping away. I think the narrative's a little bit skewed here. In order for something to slip away, you would have had to have grabbed it first. I don't think Kamala Harris ever grabbed any of these states. Again, you know, I'm sure she got the blue anon shills, but the undecideds and the leaners were always trending towards Trump. And now I think as we get closer and closer to Election Day, we're starting to see it more and more. Kamala Harris had 2.5 months to prove herself, and she failed spectacularly. I mean, she makes Hillary Clinton look highly competent. Let's just leave it at that. She's had 2.5 months to win over swing state voters, and it just doesn't seem to be happening at all. In fact, there's a HarrisX/Forbes poll that just released. It's a little bit of an odd poll, you know, you can't really glean too much from it, considering they polled people from all the different swing states. That's Pennsylvania, Georgia, North Carolina, Michigan, Arizona, Wisconsin, and Nevada. It's just a mixed group battleground poll, and look at the results. Donald Trump is not only leading, he's leading by +8. And while of course you probably shouldn't get overly excited when seeing these results, considering the nature of this poll, the methodology being a little bit gimmicky, we're certainly going to acknowledge that. While that might be the case, it might also be the case that this particular poll is showing us exactly what's happening in the moments leading up to the election. Trump is surging. As people were on the fence, you know, trying to be as fair as possible, a lot of people like to stay as open-minded as possible until Election Day, or they lean one way, then they start shifting towards the other. You know, as we're getting real close here, this might be telling us that people are shifting towards Donald Trump in a significant manner. This HarrisX poll isn't just showing this result in battlegrounds, but also on a national level. The last poll they released showed Kamala Harris leading by +4 nationally. Well, that result has totally flipped on its head, as now according to this, Donald Trump has over 51% support nationally with a +2 lead, and that's with 1,244 likely voters, not registered voters. In other words, Trump might win the popular vote and he might take every single battleground state if this trend is correct. This might be what's happening. A lot of people on the left are disregarding this data. I don't blame them, it looks horrible for them, but I'm kind of leaning towards, you know, there might be something here. Trump might be running away with this like you can't even imagine. Because, you know, again, it's not just the polling data, it's also the early voting data, which continues to look not just good, but spectacular for Donald Trump. I mean, no wonder they're running an October surprise claiming Donald Trump is Hitler. I mean, he's running away with the early vote. Look at this breakdown, for instance. This is early ballot returns in the state of Florida by county. Huge Republican leads in all the rural counties. But the craziest part is Miami-Dade over here, which has been historically blue, at least in the last couple of decades. But now it seems as though Donald Trump has a +12 lead in early voting data. That's insane. I mean, that is unheard of. But of course, that's not exactly surprising considering Florida is a red state nowadays. Trump and Ron DeSantis did that. So again, if you're a leftoid, you might disregard that. It's just Florida. But no, it's not. It's Florida. It seems as though it's happening in Georgia. It's happening in Nevada. And of course, even in the most important state, Pennsylvania. Again, we're piggybacking off of Eric Doherty's work here. He lays out exactly what's happening in Pennsylvania with early voting. Pennsylvania Republicans just posted another huge single-day mail-in voting update. The day gain on request is R+0.7, and the day gain on returns is R+1.4. The 2020 mail-in ballots were D+41.6. Today, they're D+31.7 and will continue declining. In other words, Democrats are lagging behind in terms of ballot requests and returns, and not only that, but as time goes by here, it seems like less Democrat ballots are coming in over time as Republicans continue to outpace them. There's more Republican ballots coming in and less Democrat ballots coming in. That is just the simple distillation. And of course, I'm sure you've all seen the posts on X of Democrats talking about their firewall. We're going to reach our firewall. It's happening. We're already 50% the way there. I've seen so many leftoids suggest that if things continue the way they're going, we're going to reach our 500 voter firewall in early ballot returns. But the trend is showing the exact opposite, that Democrats are getting further and further away from being able to achieve this illustrious firewall. You know, the conversation it seems they want to have and the leftist media wants to have is that this election is so close, it's too close to call, and that Kamala Harris still maintains a significant lead in important states. But I don't think that's the conversation we should be having. I think, in fact, we should be having a similar conversation to the one we were having with Joe Biden when his campaign was falling apart. And that's that I think a lot of states that you might think are not in play might actually be in play. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if historically Democrat states like Virginia, for instance, start trending rightward. Am I stating that Trump's gonna flip Virginia? Absolutely not. But I wouldn't be surprised if he seriously overperforms his current polling averages in a lot of these perceived Democrat states. But of course, it's hard to say, in a way you put your neck out on the line when you say stuff like this. Yup, that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying that I think the polls are wrong. Even though the polls are showing Trump is leading currently, I think they're way off. And I'm not just saying that for no reason. I really think that's exactly what we're seeing. The evidence at this point, while of course still anecdotal, certainly seems to be stacking and all pointing in one direction. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got.
Yeah. After everything we've seen this year, I think he's going to overperform too. I think there's going to be history made on that map, y'all. This is a fair, free election. I honestly believe that. After everything we've seen and we've analyzed, we've done over thousands of videos on this campaign, man, on both campaigns. After everything we've seen, man. But hey, make sure you go out and vote. Can't get complacent. We got to show up, man. Go out and vote, y'all. Let me know what y'all think of this. I love y'all. We're going to keep you guys updated, man. We are 10 days out until the election. So we in crunch time right now, y'all. We are in crunch time. But I love you guys, and I will catch you beautiful people in the next one. Peace and love, y'all.